What?
I have 2 sound blips of you like
So
knocking
I
your
do
keyboard
it.
or something.
I nailed it. I nailed the intro. The perfect.
I was just giving you a hard
this.
time because I wanted this beginning because I wasn't recording before.
This is
so now
bullshit.
now I have a good beginning.
No, you have a good
Welcome
beginning
to the
because
Two
you
Dudes at Game
fucked it up.
podcast.
I'm starting it over.
You're not.
Starting it
over.
over.
We're going from here. We're going from here.
Oh,
If you start
so
it
it's
over,
good.
people
It's
just
fine. Just leave it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fine.
Wow.
I just wanted to get some good intro of you just heated at me because you didn't.
No, listen, I'm giving everyone the intro again. Here it goes.
You don't realize that when we were doing our Last of Us one, it took us a couple of chances to get it working.
Yeah, because you kept messing up, and here you are messing up again.
Yeah, it was me that was messing up. I'll take blame for that one because it was definitely me that didn't say a word and just was looking at your face of like the cringe of like, shit, we got to start that over, and I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say it. Maybe we won't, but it was so bad that I have to say something.
So they're going to hear the whole thing.
Oh my God, this is how we're starting off. I can't imagine where this is going to go. All right, Call of Duty.
Well, you just jumping right in. Don't know like introduction. You're going to be like, this is James, you're Ender. Like and subscribe, follow us,
yeah.
anything?
I'm Ender.
My.
That guy's James. Like and subscribe.
What?
We had 100 subscribers. I don't know if that's a big deal to
that's a big deal for
anyone
us.
else out there. Big deal for us. 100 subscribers organically. No promotion, no help, no nothing. I know other people have made it much farther, much faster than we have, but you know,
we have kids.
They probably have kids too and all that other stuff, but whatever. I'm proud of me.
I'm proud of us. Thank you.
You're
for
proud
anyone
of us. I'm
that
just
is
proud of me.
Well,
me.
Sorry.
Me.
Sorry that I'm more of a team player.
Proud of us.
But thanks
the team.
Anyone that is following along this journey. And like Ender said multiple times, I think we found exactly what we enjoy doing the most. So this is what you're going to see. Of course, you're going to maybe see some top 10, top 5 videos and occasional news things from Ender and some streaming. But this is probably our niche from here on.
Yeah. So now can I get into the topic?
I guess let's just jump right into it. Let's just be all excited.
Taking over the show. It's your show, man. I'm
here.
Tell me about it, James. Tell me.
Season 2 patch notes.
Season 2 patch notes.
We got these about 45 minutes before Season 2 officially launched. It is live right now, so some of you listening
now
to this...
the real question, James, did you download the patch?
Yeah, I told you. I played one game of Rebirth, and then I reminded myself why I don't like Rebirth.
Okay.
Die, everyone's flying back in. Die, it's just constant chaos. Oh, I had 25... A guy on our team, because you got to play quads. That's what I don't like. They launched it. It's squads only. And a guy on our team spends the entire time on proxy chat just screaming at everyone. I'm killing everyone. No one on the team is even helping. I look over at the scoreboard. I've killed 4 people. I'm respawning for the 3rd time. Yes, this guy has 12 kills. But this guy, cut my language there, has died 17 times at this point. I'm like, bro, congrats, you got 12 kills. So you went 1-1 12 times and then died 5 random other times? I'm not impressed with your 12 and 17 in the second circle of Rebirth.
Yeah, if you're going negative and you're yelling at other people, like that's not really the thing. That's why I won't play. Like I'll only play solos if people aren't on. Like I refuse to play with other groups. Like I just won't do it. I'm done with that. I'm too old for that.
You're old. You've heard of your folks?
Yeah, dude. I had a birthday just passed. You know, I'm getting pretty old there.
You did. Happy belated birthday.
I'm closer to the 40 than I am the 30 now.
Well, I'm over the 40, so
yeah. Well, you know what I'm feeling then. So no joke. I have my birthday. The next day I wake up and I pulled the shit out of my back, like playing with my kids, and I'm like, motherfucker, what is going on? And it's like it's been like 3 weeks now and the shit still hurts like a motherfucker. I remember the days of like, oh, that tweak that. Oh, I'm good in like 8, like take some Advil. Boom, I'm good in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Not
4 days
anymore,
later,
sir.
4 weeks later,
You-
4 months later, everything still hurts.
You are screwed. Welcome to the old life.
I've never spent so much time looking at an anatomy book of like, what muscle is this that hurts? Like, didn't even know it was there. Anyway, Call of Duty Season 2. We've been waiting. Got pushed back. A lot of stuff in this patch. I don't know how good it's going to be. I'm skeptical. But I guess we get into it. Global changes. You know, we do have Resurgence back.
With the Sheikah.
Complete with a Sheikah Island, yeah. So on a Sheikah Island, so the new map. We knew that. That's something there. Ronin is back. The operator, which is kind of cool because finally I think we get a cool operator because I think this dude kicks ass. And his skins were always really awesome. And then you get a couple of other things like vanquish your opponents to a true warrior. You have to unlock Ronin and new personal watercraft, and we're gonna get into like the main parts of the notes, like the real thing. This was all in the other post.
Yeah, a lot of this
stuff
was
isn't new.
You got new battle pass. You got the event. There is an event, the Path of the Ronin. Remember how they used to do events on Warzone 1?
Yes.
I think they started like the Rambo and like all the different events that would pop up. They have something very similar to that going
But it's
forward.
only on the Sheikah, right?
No, I think you can do it in multiplayer or...
Okay.
Yeah, each of the challenges comes with a reward for completion, which include operator skin, blueprint, and all this. With 2 more each of the following week, complete them all in Warzone 2.0 or Modern Warfare 2.
The new crossbow.
Yeah, and the crossbow is finally here. And you were just mentioning that the other day, how you're like, the crossbow's not even here.
Well, but here it is.
One of the biggest things is the prestige level. Remember in Season 1, we could only go to 250? It is 450 now, and I think this is huge for one reason. I don't think you're going to need to get to 450 to unlock everything in the battle pass, I would assume, unless the progression to each level is faster, but it is, I think they lose players. I mean, I was at 250, even if they didn't extend to Season 1, I was at 250, and I didn't buy the extra tiers, just organically playing it. And I was probably at 250
it was a grind.
With like 30 days to go.
Yeah, it was a grind.
Before they extended. So, yes, it is a grind, but I think extending it to 450 give those people that want to play nonstop, because it was, when you got to 250, you were getting XP and you were like, oh, this is pointless, and there just wasn't a lot of progression. So I think this is a good change. Adding new weapons. They brought in the Hemlock, the shotgun.
So do you like the Hemlock? I do like that. That's going to be a kind of where they're starting to use their build system here. So you have both 5.56 ammo and then subsonic 300 blackout ammo. So I'm interested to see like what that build is going to look like, because you can kind of build that gun around the ammunition that they're going to have. I like to see them bring more subsonic 300 blackout weapons into the game. You don't get a lot of them. You kind of stay with the standard 5.56 guns and stuff like that, but they can do interesting thing with recoil patterns on those guns, because they are very light recoil, but they don't have a lot of range to them. Their damage drop off should be pretty fast, and that ammunition is designed around being used out of a suppressor. So normally those weapons already have a suppressor attached to them, so you don't have to lose that attachment spot.
And that's going to be unlocked free in the battle pass as well.
Yeah, so free in the battle pass. And then, of course, like everything, we all want another shotgun.
Yeah,
Yay.
the broadside.
Yay.
Semi-auto firearm in the shotgun class. I can't wait can't wait till there's, incendiary rounds put into this thing. And
I know, Dragon's Breath, because it's AK platform based, so... whatever. So now the AK can be a shotgun, which it can be. Like, I understand, but I who's banging down the door playing shotguns? I don't understand like why that is such a.
I shotgun at the beginning for ground loot. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just, we already have the shotguns we need in the game. I don't know why they bring in more shotguns. No one says, "Hey, I really want another shotgun in this game."
New melee weapon. Yay! Can't wait to have people running around with this swords. That I'm assuming. Again. Is going to do basically what those stupid sticks did.
Let's just bring in all of the stuff that everyone hated in the last game, but everyone loved and hated, so we can bring all that stuff
we'll get into a little bit when it comes to these melee weapons. I don't know if I'm we'll talk about it a little bit later. There's something in the patch notes. Bringing back the crossbow.
Yeah, I was just talking about this. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I do like the crossbow because I always feel like it's the most satisfying feeling when you kill somebody with it.
Troll weapon.
Oh yeah,
If
I
you
love
get killed by a
solos
crossbow,
with just the crossbow.
Yeah, if you get killed by the crossbow, I don't want to hear you running your mouth about how somebody did this, that, or the other. They killed you with a crossbow, meaning they had to hit that shot.
Depends on how it is though. When they put the explosive rounds in the crossbow, it wasn't really that much skill anymore. You could shoot it next to a miss and still hit them. So as long as it's a straight crossbow.
Well, that was the
bolt.
combat bow, which was something you
that's
had
right.
to
They
pick
didn't
up.
bring it in until
That was a special weapon. It didn't take away.
No,
your
I thought
weapons.
you could outfit the crossbow with it too.
Maybe, but I don't think it was as powerful.
Okay. Anyway, do the real stuff we want to talk about, weapon tuning. I kind of like the overall weapon tuning. It seemed like they did what I thought they needed to do here. But I almost don't think they took it far enough. So
Their
I think we'll see a
explanation
quick
here
tuning.
Was very PR speak to me. After examining weapon tuning in Season 1, we want to offer more value for players by elevating the pros and reducing the cons of tuning attributes. We are committed to making the system more rewarding for players going forward without sacrificing overall weapon balance across the game. The results of this adjustment will generally be felt as an increase in the overall impact of attachments, with the effects of attachment tuning becoming more significant. So it just seems like they're putting more emphasis into that whole tuning part of everything.
Well, they need to make the tuning part worthwhile, and I think they've had to retract like everything that they've had in the game. They're like, please God, we need one thing to stick, and the tuning is one. Because I like the tuning, but I always forget to tune it.
Yeah, it's just like I was watching Mercs the other day, and he was like, "Man, I remember the old days where he had like 5 attachments. This was the gun. You put 5 things on there. Like, let's just play. This is arcade." Shooter, but now, I mean, they're trying to make their guns like their Tarkov guns, but we're still playing on super high speed, fast COD movement.
Yeah, but
it's a little much for me. I'm basic.
But I also don't think you have to like tune anything to be competitive. You can just throw the attachments on and be done with it. Like,
no,
people are already doing it.
That's what I'm saying. I think that they're making it more significant where it really is going to make a difference.
I mean, we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, like what, how significant is it going to be when you figure out the meta? Everyone's going to play meta. Like, it's not, if the tuning can make it to where I can play any weapon I want in the game could be meta, then I'm fine. Because then I think you can balance the guns out and people have the opportunity to play the weapons that they like or the way they want it to look and all those different things. I hated playing the RPK. Hated it. Hate every bit of it to the point to where I didn't play it. I played the AK because I just didn't like the gun. I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't like how slow it was. There was nothing you could do to that. But if I could take the RPK, I could have made it more AK-like, but then I don't have the full round capacity that I wanted and things like that. So if the tuning can get me to where I can balance the guns out and people can play across the board and it makes to where their tuning doesn't have to be as spot on, then I think we're in the right place. But I think for casual play, it is a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
For someone that plays as much as you do, you should be able to understand it. You
yeah, I understand by watching
it.
Yep. Yeah. My understanding in Tarkov was, Ender, what gun should I use? And my understanding in Call of Duty is, what's J-God's latest video?
Okay, so there's no reason to worry about it.
So I'm just copying and pasting. What's the difference?
Yeah, but they're employed now. So there you go.
Great.
J-God has some more videos.
Helping them out.
Sure, we want to help out other creators. Like, I'm fine with that. And if he wants to go figure it all out and I'm going to use it, then I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I think you're just complaining.
I am. All right.
Weapon balancing.
Weapon balancing.
Been enabled. Hold on. The tuning has been enabled for the laser attachments.
That's what we wanted.
Now you can tune for. Well, I did not understand why you couldn't tune for laser. So now
what
you can do it.
What am I tuning? The intensity of it?
Yeah, if I can tune it to where the laser is not as effective but goes away and people can't see it, that's kind of an interesting thing. Or I can make it more powerful and work better for me, have better hip fire for it, but people can see it. That's an interesting give or take. And that's not just me flipping over to the different one. I get the stats that I want from it, but I can now modify it in a way that helps me play my game style. So yes, James, I think it is something that people wanted. Maybe not all somebodies, but some somebodies. Think about the inclusive community, James, not just yourself.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Anyway, basically they are saying the magnitudes have been decreased and increased. The harmful have been decreased. The beneficial have been increased because it was pretty harmful. Like when you hit that slider to a certain point, it would die off. So they need to do something with that. And then of course, blueprints have performance adjustments. Buy our stuff, please. Adjustments that you'll never be able to get unless you buy the thing. So please don't make it pay to play, because that's what scares me in the tuning.
Yeah.
That part scares me more than anything else in the tuning, is that we could go to pay to play. Anyway, the actual weapon balancing. I do like this first one with the M13. I love the M13. I've loved the M13 in every single game, but it's never had good damage.
No, it was so annoying to get melted by someone with a Finnick further away than I could shoot them with the M13B.
Yeah. Yeah, so the M13 increased the mid-range and increased upper torso damage. The cast-off, so this is the AK. Small damage reduction. It needed it. It was a little overpowered. I don't know by small they mean there. Added additional long-range damage fall-off. I'm not sure if that was needed. It is a 7.62 weapon. It didn't seem to shoot out that far anyway because the recoil was pretty bad. So not sure why they needed to do the damage drop off unless they're trying to make it more even to the rest of the assault rifles in the game. Lockman 5.56 really needed a damage increase. I don't really understand why this semi-auto fire rate was a big deal for them.
Same with the M4.
Basically, the Lockman's still going to be pointless unless they really bring the damage down to other weapons. The M4 semi-auto fire rate needed to be increased, but I think the M4 was the most balanced weapon they had.
Yeah.
So that is their baseline. I think they need to baseline everything around that. SCB 5.56, another one that was very balanced. Did not know about this single tap mod magazine attachment. Okay. Weapon will deal considerably less damage to the upper left leg. I want to know who figured that out.
Yeah, congrats.
Who said I shot the right leg and it did this much, and then I shot the left leg and it did this much? Like, I have no idea how that was figured out, but kudos to the person that did that. Battle rifles. A lot of changes in the battle rifles, man. A lot of changes. I think they want this to be the battle rifle meta. Decrease full auto head damage and torso damage.
But that's a big one. That keeps it from being a meta, I think.
Well, for the Lockman,
it's on. I think you're going to see it's on all of them.
They increased the semi-auto upper torso damage. They increased the semi-auto fire rate. I think you're going to see, with the increased damage to the torso, semi-auto, and the increased fire rate, you're going to see more people using these as their support weapons or their long-range snipers.
With the semi-auto fire, though.
I know, but you can control it better. So I think you're going to see people tapping with these from longer range. They're not going to be using them up close like we were, because I mean the TAC V I was using as if it was an assault rifle, rather than the battle rifle, where they want you to use it single shot from range, and there's that damage trade off that you have. But here it is: reduced full auto recoil. Okay, battle rifles hit pretty hard, and now I'm reducing my recoil. Makes it a little bit more of a laser beam. Depends on how much that decrease really is. Increased damage on long range. Again, I think that goes back to the single tap. The longer the range is, the single tapping, I could use this more as a marksman rifle. And then they added minimum damage against armor. I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, you're going to see that on all these as well.
So I'm wondering if there was I wonder if this is to balance out the damage to AI. Something was going on with battle rifles and AI damage. The worst gun in the game, F-TAC Recon. Cannot use that fucking thing. Again, sped up the decreased upper torso. Something was going on with the upper torso there, man.
Yeah, but you called out a lot of those headshots too, so.
Yeah. Well, so here's the upper torso problem too, is a lot of what people use aimbot lock on now is the upper torso. So yeah, it's going to hurt them a little bit too. I'm not going to mention any names who's using those aim bots, because we don't know who they are, but there's some high profile people that are known to be really good at locking onto the upper torso. sped up ADS times, which I think it definitely needs, because this is a battle rifle. It's not a marksmanship rifle. Reduced the full auto recoil, increased close range damage distance. So your distance for close range was increased, so it doesn't work as well. So like you got to be a little bit farther away from somebody. Increased lower torso damage multiplier. Cool. So you can shoot people in the legs now. Added minimum damage to against armor, and that's pretty much how it goes down. The big one is the TAC V here. The TAC V was one of the more meta guns. Decreased the mid-range damage they needed to. I mean, I could melt people mid-range. Increase the semi-auto torso damage. Didn't use it in semi-auto. Didn't know there was a problem there. Reduce the semi-auto leg damage. Wish I knew that. Decrease full auto head damage. Decrease full auto head damage twice.
Yeah, 2 times.
They want to really decrease that head damage. But again, you said it. I called out. There's a headshot multiplier problem going on. And you'll see it through this whole thing. The headshot, they decreased a lot. Handguns, the X13 auto. I think this was the Akimbo nerf.
Yeah.
Here. Launchers, don't give a crap. Just skip over all of that.
Yeah, they're just fun.
Yeah. Light machine guns, RPK.
Small reduction.
Small reduction in ADS movement speed. Okay. Reduction in mid and long range damage. That's what they needed to do.
Yeah.
A reduction in all damage ranges, so it's not going to shoot as far.
Rest in peace, RPK, for this season.
And then small increase in the ADS time, which they needed. It was a very slow weapon. But here's the thing. Rail, increased recoil. Okay, the rail was pretty much almost as powerful as the RPK. So I think you're going to see the Cronus players playing with the rail.
Yeah, because
they don't have any recoil and no damage got changed. So I think you're going to see the rail being kind of
the rail. The rail is going to be the telltale sign. It's almost like they could use this to bait people too. If they were any more strict with their anti-cheat, as I wish that they were, this would be such a tell sign. You're using the rail.
If you see people rolling with the rail, I would be very questionable if they beam you with it.
Especially one completely modded out.
Because they had a lot of fucking recoil to begin with. And they're increasing that. So, okay. Marksmanship rifles. Here we go. EBR. That started to become meta at the end.
Yeah.
A lot of people were using the EBRs
faster than the snipers. So,
yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you could double tap a lot. And I think this is how they're trying to balance out the snipers with all of these guns getting their semi-auto rates kicked up and all that kind of stuff. They're trying to move you into these marksmanship rifles and stuff. Increase upper torso damage, and again, added minimum damage against armor. I'm feeling something was going on with the armor here. I really would like to know what that means. If someone knows what this really means, can you leave it in the comments, please? LMS didn't really use it, but doesn't seem like they changed a lot. And then TAC M,
again, all three really though using that minimum damage against the armor, added minimum damage.
Not sure. Melee, is this where you wanted to talk about melee?
Melee I thought was interesting because here they increased non-lunging melee damage range, allows players to hit equipment on the ground with melee while crouched. I like that. So I can take out things if I crouch, kind of get to the side, I can melee them and take them out. But melee attacks with non-melee weapons will now require 3 hits to kill a fully armored enemy instead of 2. That to me is huge.
That's a great change because, man, we can start dropping in some places. Not
but again,
down.
Fully armored. That's going to be 3 plates.
Yeah, 3 plates, fully armored, 3 hits. Still faster than a sniper.
Yep. Submachine gun.
So the Vaz reduced the Vaznez, or I guess that's how you use Vaznev.
Vaznik.
9K.
Vaznev.
Reduced mid to long range damage. They needed to do that. That thing shot really far away. You're also going to see some meta changes here, probably in the CDL with that one. Minibank reduced the damage ranges. I mean, the minibank was, again, another terror. All of this reduction makes sense because up close it was huge. The Fennec, I love this. Decreased damage overall.
Decreased headshot
all
damage.
Of it, and headshot damage. and added minimum damage against armor. Again, not sure.
Now, what's true? It makes me think maybe it does have something to do with the AI because man, I'd roll in with a mini bank or Fennec and melt a player in a second. We'd go into a stronghold, and I couldn't take down a guy with a whole clip.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. That's how I'm reading it, so I'm guessing there.
I can already tell you the meta in subs is going to be that Lockman, the MP5.
The MP5, yeah.
Yep,
I use the
changes.
MP5 anyway.
I was already using the MP5 because for a controller player, I think it was easier to control than the Fennec. And I
used the Vaznev or the MP5. Yeah, I didn't use the Fennec a lot. I got away from that pretty quick.
No changes for the MP5, so I think that jumps off the page real quickly.
But I think that's also was your like M4 for subs. It was kind of your overall balance weapon because it did have a slow fire rate. So you had to hit the shots and you couldn't make up for it. Whereas the Fennec and the mini bank and the Vaznev, the fire rate was just so high up there that you could miss a couple shots and still be okay.
Sniper rifles, everyone was hoping for one-tap snipers. They did nothing. All they did was change the Signal 50.
Signal 50. And I love this, like, the Signal 50 already had terrible bullet velocity, and now you're decreasing it even more? Like, I'm not understanding. Reduce the long range damage.
It already doesn't one-tap, so why are you reducing the damage? I don't understand that at all. I was like, that's confusing.
I mean,
maybe it brings it in line with the other snipers.
It's slow anyway.
I guess it's just bringing it down to be in range of the other snipers. Maybe.
But you've taken all snipers out of the game. Like I personally think you're just, unless someone comes up with some crazy build or something's broken or there's a hidden change that's not in the notes, which is very possible. The sniper play is broken. You might as well go with one of these, long range weapons. Anyway. Or long range weapons, marksmanship rifles or battle rifles.
Vehicles.
Well, you got attachments, reduce the ADS penalty for bipods.
Yeah, the sniper attachments.
And then fix the issue with choke attachments, scaling hip spread incorrectly. Didn't know that was a problem, but choke attachment would be on shotguns. Yeah.
Yep.
Now we're into vehicles. Personal watercraft, jet skis.
Excuse me, sir. They are called a Seacraft.
Okay, I'm sorry. Jet ski is...
I don't want us to be copyright here.
Copyrighted. I'm sorry. I don't know if they're the brand jet ski for your personal watercraft vehicle.
A PWC. PWV.
God, some days.
Vehicle turrets.
Cool.
Cooldown if you don't overheat them. Great. Added war tracks. Added EV charging stations for the GMC Hummer. I thought you could just go to the gas station and go there and it just charged it. So
I guess not, but I'm so excited about this that the silent vehicle is going to be driving around more in the game. Shooting windows no longer damages the vehicle itself. It should damage the vehicle because it's damaging the vehicle. Okay. Make the vehicle less likely to fall beneath low roofs.
Yeah,
Fail.
The exit to get out of the vehicle, you could get stuck by low roof buildings.
And then a bunch of bug fixes.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. Operators. Ronan is back. There you go. There's your operators. Very easy. Audio. Prox chat now fades out more effectively over distance. I like that because it was kind of like you could hear them or you couldn't hear them. It wasn't like I can barely hear them. I can kind of hear them. It was like one or the other. So I'm hoping that's kind of like you can start judging distance based off of how well you can hear them.
Yeah.
Improve sound effect of reloading underwater because man, I really was lacking on that underwater reload sound. Because
hey, maybe it helps you key on where people are.
I'm just saying. For the amount of time spent on a lot of this other stuff, if that's not right, game breaking. People are going to be so pissed if that's not right.
There's more audio fixes later, but here's kind of the roundup of it. Some things you mentioned, addressed a number of missing audio elements in the UI. That's something I really was hoping for. Fixed an issue where ping sounds could be missing when pinging items or map locations from certain positions. Fixed an issue affecting the sound effect for an enemy dropping past.
I never brought that up, but every time it would happen, I'd be like, why didn't I hear that?
Yeah.
It was something that you got so used to, but then when it was gone, it just something felt off, but I could never pinpoint what it was.
Now here's the big one. Obviously, their sound effects were cash dropping on the ground for someone that dies. But the big one, fixed several issues where specific materials were occluding incorrectly.
I would like to define several.
Well,
like several
it says right there, see
10,
other mode-specific audio fixes below. It does go into a little bit more detail.
But still, anyway. Social. F ton of social fixes. Like, I don't even want to go over all of these.
No, they just revamped the whole social tab and menus and UI.
The ability to send a quick thank you message to your squad mate. I'm going to utilize that so much.
I'm going to send it to one of our players that just runs around and hides and leaves the fight all the time. Thanks.
Oh, Ark.
Added shortcut to manage blocked players.
Because, you know, it's a toxic game. You need that. And I'm not trolling there. You do need that. Can I see anything else here that was super interesting to me?
Increase the refresh rate of frequent players. So people you just played with, that list that you would go to before to maybe find someone if you're playing random duos or random squads. Refresh a lot faster to find somebody, maybe team up with. I think that's improved for a lot of people.
I like this one. Improve the visibility of code of conduct related warning notifications and penalties within the notification center. I wonder how many people are saying, I just didn't see it. I didn't notice it. I didn't know. Come on, toxicity. Let's go.
UI.
Just throw it away and start over. That's basically what they said here.
It is a little bit easier. I got in there and played with it a little bit. It is a little snappier, a little easier to see things. So
they outported this UI totally to the Windows team. This was built by Windows. It's fucking atrocious.
A couple of bugs in there as well, but that's pretty much it. You got global bug fixes. This is all your typical fix an issue this, fix an issue that. Nothing that seems
well. So one big one, I don't think a lot of people utilize that much, but I did a lot. The several issues impacting the firing range. I'm hoping those are the things that made like attachments and stuff not show real recoil. So you could kit one out and take it into the fire range, and it would shoot completely different than it would in the real game.
Oh yeah, that's a problem. If you're gonna have a firing range, it's got to work.
Yeah, so I think that's the whole thing, is no one was able to really test their guns out in the firing range, and we didn't have private lobbies to test them out in. So trying to get an understanding of how it was going to work and how the guns were going to work, and that's what really kept not JGod, what's his name, True Game Data from getting a lot of the data in, is because there's no private lobbies.
Yeah.
So he's trying to do all of his stuff in regular lobbies.
They have
which
added
is
those,
almost
though.
Impossible. Yeah, we're going to get that. So I think we're going to start getting a lot more from True Game Data, a lot more breaking down of this. And I'm literally looking forward to that, because I think the tuning along with his, breakdowns could be really interesting to someone that is, like me, that wants to geek out on those numbers.
PC settings, gyro aiming. Do you know?
Don't know what this is.
Anyone using gyro aiming? I see the options there, but
I don't know what it is. I play with a controller on PC, so I don't know if this is helping controllers or not. I don't think so. I think this is a mouse and keyboard player.
No. Special ops. I think the biggest thing here to take away from, they did fix a few issues that we're having in this special op in the raid, but the biggest thing is adding an LFG, so a party finder to go play the raid with. I think that's huge for people that can't get a group of 3 and they want to experience this content.
Well, I mean, like us, I think we always had 2. It was just me and you. We could never really find the third to play, or that had and played enough to have a key and anything like that. So, yeah, I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Some co-op stuff, some modifiers. Added one of the chamber
There's a new
modifier.
raid, I believe.
New raid comes out in the mid-season update.
Okay, so it's in season update. Okay, cool.
Some co-op missions if you play the co-op. I know we don't do a lot of that. Multiplayer, they added some new modes. You've got Infected, Gun Game, Grind, and Hardcore, which I'm very confused because did they just change the name of Tier 1, or does Hardcore do things Tier 1 didn't do? Like, did tier 1 have a
Initial
HUD and all
playlist
that?
features a mix of. It didn't have a HUD. Including, I think it's the decreased health and cannot replenish outside of stim shots. So I think that's the difference. It's like your health would replenish. In hardcore, it's not gonna replenish. You have to carry stims in order to do it.
But in
So I
tier
think
1,
that's
you
the
would
big
replenish.
change.
Okay.
Yeah, and in tier 1, you would replenish after getting shot. So I think that's the difference in the game mode there.
Grind isn't interesting. It's kill confirm, but you got to collect the tags and then you've got to deposit them.
Yeah, I like this version of kill confirmed better than the other one.
And then, of course,
And
adding
I
gun
don't know if
game
anyone
and
can hear that. I
infected.
have absolute chaos happening outside my door.
Infected and gun game or classic game modes. I think it's smart to always have them. People really enjoy going over and playing those.
Yeah, I do like gun game. Infected, I didn't play as much of, but Infected is going to be kind of interesting in these maps because there's a lot of hidey places in these maps that I think people are going to be able to find. New maps. The museum is not a new map. The museum was in there. They removed it, so it's a core map that's going to be in there. Which I really liked the museum.
It was in the
That one of my
beta, but it
favorite
wasn't
maps.
in the actual launch.
Yeah, I really liked that map, so I'm glad there. Dome looks like it's going to be pretty cool. I like mid-sized, fast-paced maps, and then 2 battle maps that are going to be out here now.
The
Which we're going
airport.
to play Airport and the Observatory, which were locations that I think should have those. A lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah.
In general, we're going to have some audio changes.
This is
enhanced
all in
inclusion in all course. Yeah,
all
this is all
multiplayer.
multiplayer. Inclusion in all core 6v6 multi-maps moves. Okay, great. Improved dog tag pickup effect to be more discernible among other game sounds and kill confirmed and grind. I didn't really know it was that big of a deal. Like I could hear it, so interesting to see what that's going to sound like.
It's probably, Call of Duty. It's going to be loud as hell. They're going to be like,
ding,
ding,
ding, ding. Yeah.
Here's
Ghost reduced the bonus perk by 50% and the ultimate perk by 25%. Yeah, because it's so hard to walk. Like the game's so loud now anyway. Doesn't matter if you have Ghost. You're just gonna hear the footsteps. Ranked.
Here's
Ranked
the big
play. You really wanted to get into this. You had a lot to say about this one.
You probably understand. I've never played ranked in any of the Call of Duty stuff, so you probably understand it. I know it's all part of the CDL. True. I know it's only used in the CDL rule set, so I did see a lot of people pushing back, not understanding why it's not in the social 6v6 style maps.
So the reason why it's not in social 6v6 is because social 6v6 is exactly what it's for. It's for social play. This is not for competitive gaming. Competitive gaming is normally always 4v4. Go back and watch the Call of Duty League when they went 5v5 about the chaos and spawns that happened. 4v4 is where we need to play this. This is the correct move that they need to do. The thing that I don't agree with them is forcing people to play the Call of Duty League rule set. That rule set is not necessarily made for everybody because friendly fire is turned on.
It also limits the maps.
It also limits the maps that you can play. But again, you are bringing in a game mode that we don't have in casual in Control. So you can't always play those maps. Every map does not have a good spawn rotation for each one of the games. So they bring in the maps that you're going to play most competitive and that are as close to fair as you can based off of sides that you're on. There's a good side and a bad side to every map. Some of those are super overwhelming where they have to remove them.
Yeah. Now the biggest
Soapbox
thing
done on that. It's a good thing.
The biggest thing I think is important is where it says select weapons, attachments, equipment, perks, field upgrades, and streaks are restricted based on official CDL rules. Why that's
not
important,
gentlemen's agreements.
But why that is important is you may build a bunch of loadouts and then not understand why your loadout isn't working the way you think, or there's this attachment's missing, is because it might not be allowed.
Correct.
So you need to pay attention to
but
when
I believe
you're
when you
building
go
the
into
loadouts.
ranked mode, it's a whole new list of loadouts anyway.
Correct. But the other benefit is because it's ranked and it's CDL and it's closed off from the rest of the game, you have to be, I believe, level 16 to join this. So if you buy the game brand new, you got to get up to level 16. But it is not dependent on everything you've unlocked in the game. Everything will be unlocked for you in the CDL ranked playlist.
That is approved to be in.
Correct. So you can build any of the guns the way you want.
So you have the 3 game modes. You're going to have Search and Destroy, Hardpoint, and Control. And then you can see all the maps. Again, this is the same maps that they do for Call of Duty League, and then Control is only on 3 maps because Control is not in regular gameplay, so not all the maps have the spawn points for Control. So that's why you only have 3 maps you can play that on. Here's the big deal. SR, skill ranked in divisions. James, you read through this, so I'll leave this over to you. I haven't gotten through the whole thing yet.
Yeah, essentially you've got 8 divisions. You've got bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, crimson, iridescent, and what is being called as the top 250. That's the big thing. That's the player leaderboard.
And then each division is 3 tiered, correct?
Correct. You got tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. You climb into higher tiers. You can show off your skill. You get a lot of different nameplates and things like that you unlock as you go. End of season skill setback at the end of each season. Your ending skill division will determine where you start the following season. Bronze through crimson players will start 1 skill division below where they finish, starting in tier 1 of that new division. For example, a player who finishes the season in platinum 2 will be dropped back to gold 1 at the start of the next season. Players who end the current season in bronze will start at bronze 1 in the next season. The highest starting position.
I do like that because it balances
1.
out the start where you're not getting just train wrecked by top tier players.
Yeah. And
Halo
diamond 1 is the highest anyone can start at.
Yeah. Halo had that the way they rolled back. So that's nice to see that they're basically utilizing the Halo competitive ranking system here. It's very close to that.
Now, here's what I really, really like. Top 250 leaderboard and divisions. This is where it can be, I think the rank play could be a lot of fun. In the top 250 division that returns, ranking the top 250 ranked players in the world on an in-game leaderboard that all players can view from within the ranked play lobby. New this year, the top 250 will be active from day 1 of each season. Players will qualify for the top 250 and appear on the leaderboard as they surpass 10,000 plus skill rating. The top 250 players with the highest skill rating above 10,000 will remain on the board and compete for first place over the remainder of the season. Play like the pros against the pros. New this year, the top 250 leaderboard will display CDL team affiliations and profiles for current CDL pros and coaches. Keep track of your favorite players and teams and see how they stack up against the ranked play competition. I think that's a very smart move. I think it's fun for the community to see maybe where they stack against them versus just looking at a stat board to see it themselves in real time. I think it's a lot of fun.
Well, you're playing their rules minus the gentleman's agreement. So, I mean, you are going to get a pretty good tell of how, and that's the other thing. It's like when you want to talk about competitive play, you have to make it as close to the pro game as you can. And there's handicaps and levels that you're going to be using and things in there that they have by the ranking and the leveling system. But you don't, just because you're going to play, a pickup game of basketball doesn't mean you get to lower the rim.
Yeah.
It's just how it works.
I have a feeling this probably isn't anyone in our audience. It definitely doesn't include us. But in addition to new rank and seasonal rewards in Modern Warfare 2, the number 1 ranked player at the end of each season will receive a unique one-of-a-kind calling card and emblem. So maybe I don't...
Oh, I'm totally winning that.
Yeah, I'm obviously not going to get that, but it'd be very cool to come across maybe a casual game where I see somebody with that, and I know that they, at one point in one of the seasons, were the number 1 ranked player in Call of Duty.
I wonder how often that title is going to be taken by a pro player.
I think it gives the pros a lot of incentive. They might not necessarily want some unknown person to get this guy or girl to get this title. I'm just
saying, I'm very interested to see if that person that wins it the next year is on a pro team.
Tons of rewards. You get all kinds of stuff based on what rank it is, and we're not going to go over each thing, but basically any of the rewards
they're
you get from the
incentivizing you
rank,
to play.
Yeah, I think that's really great. They're giving you stuff to unlock. You can get unlock things whether you're high rank or not high rank just by getting a total number of wins, things like that. There's all kinds of stuff, and that stuff is basically usable in any of the Warzone or Call of Duty, whatever you want to put it on. Anything that ties to this game, you'll be able to use any of those rewards to show off what you've been doing.
Yeah.
So
cool. Competitive integrity features are a high thing here. Basically, one of the biggest issues is people leaving games. So you start a game, they rage quit, they do all those different kind of things. They leave the game. They're going to have that built into it. There's going to be forgiveness. So basically SR forgiveness. If a player disconnects and quits in the middle of the match, all team members outside of that player's party will not lose any SR. From start to finish, players who disconnect or quit matches will receive SR penalties. as well as temporary suspensions with escalating penalties for repeat offenders. So if you keep joining or keep removing, or you don't have a good enough ping or any of that kind of stuff to play it, don't get in there because they're going to start kicking you out and that thing. I really think you need that. It is still possible to earn skill rating if players can overcome their disadvantage, but the loss is numerical disadvantage to the yield. So basically what they're saying is you can gain if you're 3-on-4, but you cannot lose.
Yeah.
Or 2-on-4, or whatever it may be. So then there's a professional code of conduct. That's for friendly fire because friendly fire is turned on. So if you keep repeatedly kill people, because that happens all the time, you're going to get suspended in more severe things. Demotion protection. This is a big one. Halo had this problem all the time where you would jump up a rank. So you would go from the bottom of gold into whatever the next one.
Silver.
Silver to gold, whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden you lose because you're playing guys that are much higher in the gold ranking than you are. And then you drop back down. You just keep bouncing between silver, gold, silver, gold, silver,
so
gold.
So you like crush people and then get killed, then crush people and then get killed.
And then you will not get demoted for the first 3 games, which is I think is a really good strategy there when you change levels. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything that's there.
Oh, there's also restrictions. You can't. There will not be big carries in this.
Oh yeah. So you cannot play with someone outside of. So bronze to platinum, you can party up with no restrictions. Diamond, you can only party up within 2 skill divisions. So that's tier 1 and tier 2.
Higher or lower, yeah.
Higher or lower. And then incandescent players can only party with 1 skill division. So you're not going to find someone that's
the
a
top
crimson.
50.
Yeah, including the top 250. You're not going to be able to get carried by them, which I like. So sorry for what's his name, Courage, because he liked to get carried through some of that stuff.
They're gonna have to carry him from the beginning. He's not gonna be able to miss a day. They're gonna have to wait on him.
Do you also get hot streaks for 3 victories in a row? So it'll show like if you've won a bunch, and then
he's on fire.
Profile. Yeah, lighten it up.
Yeah,
love it.
Individual game modes.
Individual. Here we go. Warzone 2, the one that everyone's talking about. New map. We already knew about that. They kind of go down.
I will say, what I think is interesting is that they brought it. High Moon Studios did it.
Cool.
So not Raven, but I believe High Moon is the one that brought in Fortune's Keep.
Cool.
Look how excited
we'll
you
never
are.
play. I'm just like, I'll play it a couple times and then I won't play it anymore just because I'll go look at it and then I'll be done with it. Anyway, they kind of go a breakdown of everything. If you're really excited about Resurgence, please take your time to read through it. I'm not. I'm going to move on. Al Mazrah's had some map updates at down aircraft in the caves because we didn't have enough shit in the caves to have to deal with. They wanted to throw a helicopter in there.
Helicopter?
Underground aircraft. It looked like a helicopter. Sorry. No, it's a plane. Prop plane. Underground tunnels in the suburbs 14.
Oh my God, I threw you off there.
No, I was like suburbs 14. Like I was trying to think of like where the hell that is on the map. What's suburbs?
Is that where it's all wide open and everything's like destroyed, kind of near where Rust is?
Maybe, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to think of, like suburbs. I'm not really sure where suburbs 14 is.
I don't know.
It shows how much I stopped playing this at the end, but there's underground tunnels there. We need more underground tunnels. Like, that's fantastic. There's going to be no weird circles happening in that.
I like the new train.
I do like the new train. I like trains. I like the way that I like them moving.
But it's a passenger train.
Yeah, passenger train going the counter direction of the cargo train. So that's pretty cool.
I can't wait to see where someone lines up a bunch of vehicles where both trains cross, run into them. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure Jack Frags is on that.
Yeah. Added a path through the cliffside north of the hydroelectric, which they needed because it was freaking impossible to get through there.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that they put that there. And added a vehicle ramp to garage rooftop for the
airport.
So you can actually drive your vehicle all the way up there now.
Stops campers, I think. If
Yeah,
you're just camping up there, now a guy can run up there in his car and get out, run them over.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Gulag.
1v1. Changed up, updated the map a little bit to cater to that.
And if you want a more in-depth look at this, please check out the tactical map guide from Call of Duty. So overall, not a lot of changes outside of the global changes that are going to be coming here and the new map. So pretty standard stuff.
The notes go and they talk a little bit about breaking down Resurgence.
Well, no, I'm saying like for just the overall,
yeah.
Looking here, not on maps. Like we haven't gotten to the battle royale. That's just the map. Not a lot of changes to the map because, like I said, the map is good. Like we don't need to change a lot. So battle royale. So for Al Mazrah, you're gonna have standard is gonna be solos, duos, trios, quads. 550, 550, 550, all with assimilation of refill except for solos, because obviously you're solo.
Or you mean 150?
150, yeah.
Man, if they got 550 people on a map,
550, yeah. 150.
The ultimate battle royale.
We're talking too much here. Ashika Island is going to be quads only with 52 players with no assimilation on.
That's for this week anyways. I'm sure they'll change week to week.
Yeah, that's this week's playlist. Modes. Resurgence.
We know how it works.
And they have new score events, which can shorten the timer for your squad members to come in. So headshots, eliminating a player by a headshot, AI eliminations, uplink, on the move. I'm guessing these are all if you move more than 25 meters while your teammate is dead. So they're trying to keep people from just camping in one spot when their teammate dies.
I will say this, like I said, that guy died a lot, respawned a lot, and we weren't a very good team. So it's very easy to bring your teammates back. It's just nonstop people raining from the sky.
Yeah, I don't think they needed more ways to bring somebody back or shorten that time down, but okay. Hunt and track mechanic. Okay. Like it's so fast anyway. Do you really have time to do any of this stuff?
Yeah.
Loadouts. Cool. You're going to get some loadouts in there. I don't really care. In general, private matches are back. That's pretty cool. Like I said, I think you're going to be able to see some more in-depth analysis on things with the private matches. Moving on to gameplay. All maps are going to get a counter UAV. I really like this move. UAVs are popped all the time. I think having a counter UAV, which helps you out, is going to be a great one.
You'll still know an area where someone is, but we'll see how much it blurs out that area.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's.
But this was used on the battle maps already, so I think it would play like that.
Yeah, I just think having a counter to the UAV is a nice thing, especially when you're playing. In a quad scenario or trio scenario, you have someone that's always carrying a counter, and you can pop that when you need it, especially at the end of the game.
Yeah,
I think it makes for some interesting gameplay there. Redeploy packs. I don't really understand what this is. This new tactical equipment will give players
people talk
another
about
shot.
It and they didn't know, they weren't sure yet either.
So like, I'm wondering if it's just like I can just launch a redeploy and my team comes back in if I find one of these packs. I don't really know. We'll have to see with that in game. We already talked about the event on Ashika Island, which is Restore Honor mechanic. It's on the launch. Some new events again, all on Ashika. Like, I don't really care, and I'm sorry if we're skipping over stuff that people care about. You can go back and read it.
Yeah.
Gameplay adjustments.
Seizure was a new contract.
Yeah, so there's search and seizure.
It's coming in season though.
Yeah, so it's not there yet. All these are in season. Gameplay adjustments. Big thing again, loot. Loot that spawns across Al Mazrah has been adjusted. Slight adjustment to the existing loot pool, so we'll have to see what the new loot pool is. And counter UAV has been added to the loot pool.
Yeah.
No
more $100 cash either.
No more $100 cash. Ground loot's 500. Registers 500. Basic supply boxes are 500. Legendary supply boxes are 800. But I thought in the other notes they said they weren't going to be in legendary boxes anymore. So that's interesting that it's there now.
Yeah, it says it was previously mentioned that cash would no longer be obtained via basic and legendary supply boxes. This has been adjusted.
Because I'm sure everyone like me was like, what the fuck are you doing? That's
it doesn't even make
what we're
sense,
doing anyway. armor plates. This is big. You start with 3. You're going to deploy with 2. Gulag redeployment will have 3 plates.
I like that. I like that change.
So,
Give you a little
yeah,
bit of
because
chance.
I go to the fucking jail and they leave my plates in. I don't understand that, but
No,
cool.
but I like that you're
I'll
coming
take it.
back with it because it gives you are coming back with minimal nothing, and it gives you a fighting chance to maybe get.
Yeah, but plates are not hard to find in this game.
Just getting to the ground and inside a building might be that extra plate might help you get there.
I don't know. I just think everybody with the whole plate system is always like, I want 3 plates, I want 3 plates, I want 3 plates. Just make the health pool bigger, get rid of all the fucking plates, and let's just move on with it.
Perks.
Perks, not much. You're gonna be able to customize your perks. Then they've disabled overclock and bird's eye. It's still disabled.
Yeah, not surprised.
No. Buy stations have changed. The loot drop marker. So 8,000 now for solos. I think that went up.
No,
Oh, it's reduced. I'm sorry, it went down.
It was 8 and then doubled
Yeah.
and then added. It was
So
an
8,
additional
12,
8,000 each.
16, 20. I think those are good numbers. We'll find out. That's
yeah.
going to change all the
It
time.
used to be 8, 16, 24, 32.
Okay, so strongholds and black sites are now the primary way to earn the redeploy pack. So I really do think you're going to be able to bring your whole team back in with this, and I think that makes strongholds and black sites worth doing now.
Correct.
Like I really like that change if that's what I think this is going to be.
AI damage.
AI has been decreased.
Thank God.
God, dude, it was at 34 for assault rifles.
They downed it to 22.
Insane.
You should not be able to get wasted faster by an AI
That was
AI
insanely high.
than
Like,
you can
people
kill.
don't
Like
understand.
you couldn't damage them faster than they were damaging you.
No, dude, that's insanely high. Like, no wonder there were so many problems. AI
I like
combatants and
this.
strongholds will be evacuated.
AI is eliminated during the final 3 circles, so
Yeah.
no more fighting the end of the game with a bunch of AI in the way. That got really stupid.
Yes. Champions Quest. Not that we'll ever be on one.
That's the
backpacks.
nuke for those that don't know.
Yeah, the nuke, whatever. Great. Backpack and inventory. We've already talked about this. There's going to be just a regular backpack now, and that's it. Better define roles within medium and large backpacks will no longer be found in the environment. So, yep. No big deal there. Loot drops. There's going to be a second loot drop now. So it's 1st and 5th circles, more like it was before. Spawn protection protects the player when they are between 64 to 19 meters off the ground. Don't know what that means.
No more getting sniped out of the air when you're between those distances. As long as you're
That's
above
kinda
19
dumb.
meters off the ground, they can't. I think it's good for the cheaters.
I don't know, but I shoot a lot of people out of the sky.
Yeah, but
when
I
they
think
come back in
I think
from
you're hitting a
jailbreak.
lot of them inside that below that 19 meter mark.
I don't think so. I think they're above 19 meters. 19 meters is low, dude.
But
19
only
meters is
between
not-
64 and
You're-
19, so above 64 you can still shoot them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's like I'm shooting them at 100 meters, which you can easily hit those shots, and then they drop below 64. Then I can't shoot them, and then they. I don't know if I like that.
We'll
I guess
see.
one of
We'll just
those-
have to see how it plays.
I don't feel like I get shot out of the sky very often in this game.
No, well, you don't die.
Not
very
like it
often.
was before.
We die very quickly and don't get to redeploy.
But with the new 1v1 gulag, that's going to change. Like, that's what I don't understand.
You've heard
Like,
it here, folks. He thinks he's going to be good at the 1v1 gulag.
I was good at the 2.
We'll get a death counter.
I was good at the 2v2. So I don't really know what you're complaining about.
It's easy for you to be good at the 2v2 when you're letting your teammate get you back.
Oh, yeah, because that's always what happens here. Always. I'm just waiting for James to kill somebody in the
No,
gulag.
not me. I hate that 2v2 gulag.
Come on. Come on, people. Look at me. James killing someone in the gulag.
I do like how the loadout changes in the gulag based on the circle.
Yeah, so loadout's going to change in the circle. 1v1, no more jailer. The flag's back. Shotguns have been removed. Thank God. I hate shotties in there.
And you can pick up cash.
You can pick up cash. Cool. Oh, improvements. Pre-match loadout selection. You are now able to select and edit loadouts in pre-match lobbies. I don't know why that wasn't already there, because it's a quality of life thing that's been there forever, but they remove it just to put it back in so they have something to do. Like they didn't have enough to do. Plating improvements. Global plating animation has speed as an increase approximately 25%. I really do like that. We plated super slow. The animations in this game are super slow.
Plate while
Movement speed
sprinting.
increased. Plate while sprinting, I don't think is that I don't think is that big of a deal. Plating while bursting through doors, I do like. I think that is a big deal. While I'm trying to get the hell out of the way, I should be able to push through a door pretty hard. It shouldn't break my plate, but again, I also think it probably should break my plate because I'm running into a door super hard. So, but again, I gotta keep saying it's an arcade shooter.
Yeah.
Ping visibility. Each squad member will have a unique color highlighting their name and pings. Cool. So no more single color. You'll know who's pinging the map. So when someone says, I did ping, you will know if they did not ping because they will have a unique color behind it.
Talking to you, Nick, who claims to listen.
I'm talking to all of you who don't ping on the fucking map. All of you don't
You
ping.
don't ping a lot.
I am
And
never
you're
looking
always
in the right
like,
direction
I don't
to ping anyway.
I don't ping because I was busy shooting.
Yeah, I don't ping because I'm always looking in the wrong direction.
I can tell when you're focused and angry because I'm like, where are they? Over there.
Yep. That's all you need to know. I
I'm
got
like,
this.
Now,
Stay out of my way.
Now it's my responsibility to look at my mini-map to see which direction you're looking.
Your responsibility to stay out of my damn way while I take care of what we need to do.
You know what
come
I
over
want?
here and get in the way.
I want friendly fire turned on.
Let's play. Let's play. You get kicked out of ranked mode. Interrogation. The reveal mechanic has been changed from an orange outline to a red marker to remain consistent with similar mechanics. I like the orange outline.
Yeah.
But okay. Loot improvements improve the separation of loot on steep inclines and tight areas. Because a lot of times they did just stack on top of each other.
Yeah.
Combat records.
They're here.
Why didn't we have them in the first place?
I don't know, but they are not going to take track of all of your bad losses or amazing win record that you had in season 1 starting today.
I like it. We're starting fresh. This is season 1. We're starting over. That was season 0. We are now in season 1. This just makes me so angry. So angry.
To play again.
So angry.
Should have been there the whole time.
Should have been there the whole time.
Moving on.
Like this is the quality of life thing that should never get removed from any game. You do not launch the game if this is not there. I don't really want to go through all the DMZ stuff.
No, this is bug fixes.
No, I'm skipping over bug fixes.
No, but there's your occlusion.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it was there. The inclusion.
Fix collusion issues with various elements across Al Mazrah, allowing players to exploit peak, shoot through them.
Yeah, but I mean, again, no, that's collision issues.
Oh, collision. Sorry.
So that's not the occlusion audio. The collision issues are just. Well, you're always going to kind of have those. They'll fix them as much as they can.
This
Most
one
of these bug fixes.
Well, hold on. This one I am curious about. Fixed an issue where the heartbeat sensor was tracking incorrectly and almost never showing players on the radar. So now I'm wondering, did it just never work, or did we think we need to be really close to people?
That shit never worked. I have never used the fucking thing, and
so
I'm
curious if that makes a comeback.
Don't know. DMZ can be new zone, which is Ashika Island, new weapons case, new boss, which is the bomb maker. You have new rewards and new locked and dangerous space.
And they reset the factions.
Yep.
Which makes any looter shooter person happy because they know that's how it should work.
They should.
Any noob to the extraction shooter is very upset they lost all their faction progress. But again, if they didn't reset it,
they left in what everyone was worried about, which was their insurance weapons.
Their insurance weapons, which is fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Especially in the way that this game mode works right now, that doesn't break anything. But if they didn't reset that progress, you'd have that new faction. You'd be done in a week, and you'd be like, "Oh, there's nothing to do."
Yeah, and you have a new faction, new missions, gameplay adjustments. All of it's pretty much the same. Enemy tuning,
and then the missions will send you to all the different locations too.
Yep, you'll get sent across the map.
It's
plating
starting.
Improvements, ping visibility, interrogation. All the stuff we already talked about. I didn't really notice this. Fix an issue where attempting to plate up an armor plate with full inventory could sometimes cause a crash.
Maybe that's what happened to me.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I was just saying, like,
well,
we
you
had a lot
never
of crashes
picked up plates.
Yeah, I was never full on
I
plates.
was always
You
picking up
did.
plates, and I was constantly crashing.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
That's why I saw that. I was like, I wonder. Go ahead and pause here for a second. Let all that soak in. That's a lot of changes, guys. That's a big amount of changes here, and I want to really emphasize there's going to be a very quick patch that's going to come out within the next, I'm calling it now, 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, you're going to have a patch that are going to fix a lot of the stuff that didn't work.
They're called hot
Give
fixes.
them 3 weeks. They're called hot fixes. Give them 3 weeks because there's going to be some things that are not going to work exactly the way they said they are. Hold your horses, guys. Give them a couple of weeks to see what it looks like when they actually...
We can't hold our horses, Ender, because we will all find all the broken things by tomorrow.
I know.
And we want them to fix it by Saturday.
I know, but I'm just saying...
So the Weekend Warriors have a perfectly completed and finished and smooth game.
You're gonna
and
have
if they
about 3
don't
weeks,
get it,
we'll have a hot patch.
they're going to threaten that they're going to other games. But
3
we
weeks, we're going to
not.
have a hot patch, and I'm sure all of these things will be implemented in the way that we wanted them to, and we'll have a great game. It's all the changes everyone ever wanted, and no one's going to be upset anymore.
We're still going to be upset.
And we're going to be upset. We're going to hate it all, and the devs are going to feel like they did all that work for nothing. Looking ahead, because
this is
that
the most
important thing
that I think they've ever been since they started doing Warzone.
I would have to agree with you.
To give you
that.
something that they're going to do this far in advance. I looked at the season pass today. It's a 55-day. So keep that in mind.
55 days from now, we will get Season 2 Reloaded.
That's what this one's called.
So this is Season 2 Reloaded.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have Season 2 Reloaded.
Well, Season 2 Reloaded, I guess, is the mid-season.
Mid-season. Yeah, okay.
Sorry. Listen, I can only read what I'm reading.
We've been going for like 2 hours straight now. I'm lost in all of this.
So
looking ahead, we are going to have Season 3 confirmed.
Well, you get at the mid-season, you get a new raid.
I don't care.
And a new map.
But
that's important. A new raid.
I don't care.
Limited time holiday event.
That'll be fun.
What holiday is it?
4th of July.
In the middle of season 2?
I don't know.
In the next 55 days?
I don't know what we're going to get. I don't know what holiday. What holiday? Easter.
When's Easter?
April.
That's the end of the season. Anyways.
I don't know. I don't know holidays. My wife keeps track of all that.
Season 3. Confirmed.
Now you get to Season 3. That's where I wanted to go.
Yeah, but here's what I like. Season 3 confirmed. No, when I first was reading through this, because obviously there's more at the end, but I'm like, as if we thought you weren't going to have a season. What's your point here?
I think they're just saying this is the things that we're confirming.
Correct. I understand. But when I first read it, I was like, great, thanks.
Gunfight.
I'm excited about that.
Returns to multiplayer with new maps in each season.
I am excited about that.
So am I. Trex and I played the crap out of this. I love Gunfight. I'm glad they're coming back. I wish they could have probably done it here in season 2, but
we might ruin
the things they need to fix.
We might ruin our friendship playing this. I feel like you and I are going to scream a lot at each other, but in a good way.
It's possible. I'm not going to count it out as a possibility.
Plunder.
Thank God. Plunder. Why?
Some people are so upset that it's gone. I think it's because they felt like a god. They're like, I'm finally good at something in Call of Duty.
So, you want to know what's so funny? The person that's going to be so excited about this is Ark. He's going to be like, guys, Plunder is back. I'm not going to tell him. I don't know if he'll read this. And I know he's not listening because he doesn't listen to any of our podcasts.
I did screenshot this.
Oh, you already sent it to him. Shit. Damn it. I was going to hope
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know if he
may not
responded.
see it. He may not respond. He may not see it. He'll read it. But anyway, if he doesn't say anything, wait until you see how excited he is when Plunder comes back, because he is the guy that will run around and just get cash.
I can tell you right now I'm not playing Plunder, and there's a reason. What's next, Ender? I almost came out of my seat. What? I can't hear you.
Warzone ranked.
I love it. in the
So I
patch
really think
notes-
they built all of this ranking system for multiplayer because they're going to port it over to Warzone. And my only concern, I have one concern. Do you think it's for quads only?
That is gonna suck.
If it's quads only, I'm not going to be that happy.
I just don't understand why, if you port it over, it just isn't there for every mode.
I'm just saying. I just
There's
feel
a
like
big
we're
enough
gonna
player
have,
base to do it.
But you look at most of the tournaments and they're 2v2s. Duos is normally what the tournaments are in.
I would
go in as a squad, but they play 2v2.
As long as it's not only squads. If there was a 2v2 and a squad, I think it's great.
I think you have 2v. I think you have all of them. I think you have solo.
But again,
2v2.
you're going to lose out in the solo. There is such a strong player base for solos only.
I know. I think you
got to have it in all of them.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this. I
It's
am
a reason
concerned
to
that they
play.
leave it to just one game mode. I think trios is actually probably the one that they would drop it to.
I can't wait till they release it. Warzone ranked third-person trios only. People,
I wouldn't be too upset about that with the amount of division we've been playing.
People would lose their absolute
They would lose their shit.
mind.
Anyway, confirmed that we have this.
I like that they said season 3 confirmed, but then they reiterate it when they say Warzone
Ranked is confirmed. Ranked is confirmed. We're not lying to you this time, guys. We've been saying it for so long. It is confirmed. So how's our bet going? I need to take a look. Have all of your games launched on time so far?
The only one we're waiting on is a confirmation for Starfield.
Well, no, Forza. Starfield wasn't part of that bet.
No, Starfield's a part of it. It is.
But
They just have
Starfield
their
wasn't
own
part of that.
Yeah, because they have their own showcase.
Okay. Well, so I have an even easier
Well,
way to
none
win
of them have actually come out yet, so
I'm just saying, but have they pushed it back yet? Because they could
Hi-Fi
announce
Rush released. Nothing's
no one
been
knew that was
pushed
coming
back.
out.
Nothing's been
Okay,
officially
all right.
pushed
I'm
back
just checking. Okay.
Are we done with Call of Duty?
We're done with Call of Duty. We only went an hour and 12 minutes on Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's fine.
James, what's going on in the Game Pass, James? What's going on with Game Pass that we didn't notice for way too long?
Game Pass, we were talking on the phone today, kind of trying to organize what we were going to do for our schedule. And I was like, Ender, did you know that this certain game is in Game Pass? And you were like, really? Because I'll play it. I was like, not only that, it has been there for over a month.
And we did not notice at all.
Because they have EA Play they're partnered with. Battlefield 2042 is in Game Pass already.
Game Pass.
So
I really kind of want to go play it. I have not played it since the beta. And then I tried the free weekend that they had, but it crashed so often that I ended up getting rid of it. So I'm actually interested to go play it. I am not super excited. I'm not expecting anything out of it, but I do love the Battlefield games. I mean, it is your other first-person shooter game.
Yeah. They added that storm. I've always wanted to see what it was like because I never experienced it.
We never saw any of it. So I will go give it a shot. I'll probably play a couple games, and it was like my favorite sniping game of all time.
Until you played The Division.
No, The Division still has the most satisfying sound, not the best sniping.
Battlefield 1 was my favorite sniping game ever. Went back to
every
World War
Battlefield has had a great sniper play because dueling snipers was one of the funnest things that you could do in it. Because you could actually hide, you could actually stay there for a while. Your glint wasn't this amazingly overbearing thing that everyone could see on the map. You had to deal with bullet drop. You had to figure that out. And then once you figured bullet drop out from the location you were a god.
Yeah.
You were a god when you figured out exactly how your bullet was going to drop from there. You could just sit back and just nail people from really long distances. I mean, like, that was the whole thing of how far can I get this, 500, 600, 700 meter shots, to the point to where you're aiming 5 or 6 lines above where we're at. Well, we're gonna give a ad here to Verbo. Please click through. James is not a premium YouTube subscriber, as you can tell.
Hey, Like and subscribe and donate. Maybe we'll be a premium YouTube subscriber.
Hey, I've had premium YouTube for a while now.
Well,
because,
you can run the video recording.
I hate ads. I can't stand them. So yeah, interesting that's moved there to Game Pass, but I am excited about trying to play it. All right, so I think that is all the news we have. Just kind of giving you more of a what's going on with the two dudes that game, because we've got a lot of things that have kind of changed over the course of time in games that we're playing, and what we're going to be doing moving forward. Like obviously podcasts, we're going to be there. You're going to get us as close as we can to once a week. Three podcasts a month, I think, is what we can probably commit to at this point. But we started streaming a little bit again. I've been streaming on Twitch, trying to recast. There's been some problems in the restream out to YouTube a little bit, so I got to figure out what's going on there. But we are streaming to my Twitch channel, which is IamEnder_TV. James has been James the Third on Twitch and Facebook. You can find him there on doing those. But we've been going back in time a little bit to games that I didn't play. Because I was off doing, real world things while you guys were playing video games. The World of Warcraft, because that's the real world if you play World of Warcraft. What game have we been playing mostly, James?
The Division, the original.
The original. I've been playing a lot of Division 2 on my own. So I have gone with the Division 2, but I don't have the hours into it to hate the game as much as James does. So Division 1 we've played. I super like the Division. It's a fun game. I have no idea what James just tried to put on the screen there, but I'm gonna assume that it was nothing important. It's been fun. We've been having a good time. And I think we've had some people drop into the chat and talk about it. So if you're looking to see the Division or not sure what it is, James and I are now grinding levels to try to get to the survival mode. So we can play some survival. You could just pull up. Is this our stream?
No, it is not. But I didn't
Probably
have
should just
access
pull up
to
our
that.
video.
Listen, you're just being very picky.
On Twitch, you don't have access to our own videos. Who are you?
I don't have a key to look properly. I wasn't prepared for this conversation.
No, but yeah, I wasn't either. But I just thought we would go into it because you had talked about it and mentioned it. And you should say, but we're either playing the Division. Also, I have been playing the game that shall not be named. I apologize to everybody because I did say in our last podcast about the game that shall not be named that I was going to play it on stream.
Liar.
I have attempted to play it on stream. You can go look at my streams and it crashes OBS every fucking time. I have no idea why it's doing it. I am trying to work through it. It is a known issue from a lot of people, except unless you're a big name streamer, then you get perfect stream the whole time. Ooh, this is me. This is Division 2.
This is.
Oh yeah, look at my movement. Oh God, look, I'm a god. I am such a god here. I could watch myself all day long. So come on, go back to the gameplay, man.
We're going to Division 1.
Oh,
and of course you have an ad.
I gotta pay the bills, man. Gotta pay those bills. I don't have I get a choice. I would turn all the ads off if Twitch would give me the option to turn them off. And I know we're just rambling now, so thank you for joining Two Dudes That Game. If you don't want to listen to us ramble anymore, have a good day. We're gonna keep going for a little bit more. So you do have Division. What is this? Division 1 now? Yeah, little buddy.
What are your thoughts there on Division 1 though? You've never played it before.
No, I saw it come out. And I'm trying to think of what I was playing at the time this came out or what was going on. I think at the time. No, what year did this come out? 2016,
15, somewhere around there.
Okay, so I had just had my daughter. That's why I missed this game. So my daughter was born and I did not have time to play any video games at that time. So yeah, that's how I missed this, because I do like the Tom Clancy games. I really enjoy the gameplay. mainly because I think it reminds me of World of Warcraft, because you're character building, you're building your character up, you're going through those types of stuff. It gets very difficult. We've had some raids where, I mean, things get hairy. Like, you're not just stomping through it. There's also times where you don't have a choice but to go into areas you are not leveled for, which makes me really pissed off.
I like the challenge is so much more fun.
I get so
you just want to be
angry.
OP everything we go do.
Yeah, but that's just playing World of Warcraft for so long. Like, I'm just ready, and I think the gear progression is on. I will say my kind of thing that I don't really like about it, is the. I know it's supposed to be this way, but the grind is a little bit tedious. For the side missions, I think they could have maybe scaled the side missions more and had some more unique missions on the side.
Yeah.
But the main missions are phenomenal.
But again, you're looking at a game that is 7 years old, that set a lot of trends. There are, and you've noticed this playing Division 2, there are a lot of quality of life things in Division 2. But back, 2016, this was a lot of groundbreaking stuff. Games didn't do a lot what the Division was doing then.
No.
And
yeah,
I'm
not saying it's not. I just think there's
the
diversity in their side missions, I think could be a little bit higher. Yeah, there's quality of life things. There's some janky controls in it. There's, it's every Tom Clancy game and stuff like that. I can't jump. I don't know why I can't jump, but
it's a Ubisoft game.
Ubisoft can't jump, which just annoys me. Yeah, but I mean, the cover system, once you get a hang of it, it's fun to play. It's really fun to play solo. It's great to play duo. We haven't played with trios. We played a little bit with trios with your brother.
Yeah.
We're super low level. And I think the game scales with how many players you have in the game. It really does. So it's a really fun game, and I am enjoying it. It is one that I've been grinding, and it's probably going to be what I play by myself now when no one's playing Call of Duty, because I really hate Call of Duty solo. I really do. And the Division 2, I think I'll play more Division 2 solo. I do like the quality of life changes. I think James and I will play this because we're really looking for co-op games to play that give us a break from Call of Duty, because that can be a grind, playing that all the time. And just, we need something to do when I rage too much.
Yeah, which is 2 or 3
times
a day.
No,
I mean a week.
2-3 times a week. I'll give it a week, not a day. Very rarely 2 or 3 times a day, but I don't know. We'll see with the changes to Call of Duty. Maybe we won't be raging. Maybe we'll actually have an opportunity to win every once in a while. Yeah, that's really all that we got. Come watch us play. Come watch the stream. Talk to us. Chat with us. Let us know the things that you want us to talk about. We also have another game that we're going to play. I don't know when we're going to play it, but No Way Out. That might be
A Way Out. Yeah.
A Way Out. Yeah. A Way Out. That might be a game that we just record as a playthrough session and that you can watch on the YouTube channel. I think that would be a good game to do that with. May not be a streaming game for us. It may just be a record. We might stream it at the same time. Who knows? But I think we'll see that as a series. Because that's going to be a much linear game, much easier game to do that with. And we'll be right back because I think I went to let my dog out. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. We've gone way too long. My name's Ender. That guy over there is James the Third, King James. Not to be confused with LeBron James.
LeBron James. I'm older than him, so I was called King James before he was alive.
Yeah, you were called King James first. I think King James was called King James.
No, that's
first.
why I was called King James. I went to a Christian school and we had King James Bibles, so they were like, "Oh,
but
like
King James was named King James first."
Listen, I just said before LeBron. That's all I said.
The first of his name.
I'm the third.
He
of
was
my
the
name.
first of his name. You are the third of your name. You are not the king. You are the prince's other prince. The king's other son, brother, mother.
Now I'm someone's mother. I think it's time to go.
Have a good night. See ya. Jamesy.